The Phoenix Suns are now 2-1. Devin Booker played through an injury in game 1, but could not make it the last 2. Beal, man, who knows when he's going to play. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, Sundo, because this was a Utah team that isn't in the same class as the Suns, but also they were on the second night of a back-to-back. I still really feel like this Suns team is so deep. Whether or not they were on 3 nights rest, we would have blown their backs out, pause. And if you had Booker and Beal, even one of them in this game, I think we would have won by 40. It would have just been an old school thrashing. Am I out of line by saying that outside of Boston and the Nuggets, and potentially the Warriors, this Suns team can beat any team in the NBA with only one of the 3 stars playing?
You also forgot to put the Bucks in that category, but I agree with what you have to say there as far as I think this team can beat anybody in the league. And also, I think that the loss to the Lakers is an anomaly in the fact that we only put up 11 points in the fourth quarter. I think we had close to, 20 plus turnovers that game as well. So we were giving them tons of points. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of that as the season progresses, as this team starts to mesh. You forget Devin Booker and Kevin Durant are the only 2 players left over from last season. And we even got Durant in February at the trade deadline. So this team is basically a brand new team, still trying to figure out how to mesh together and get the chemistry there. So yeah, as the season progresses, I think that this team will be fine. I think the fact that Booker and Beal are gone is not going to be an issue because, if you look at the schedule coming up, there's not a whole lot of those top teams there. I think the worst team we have coming up so far, if I'm not mistaken, is Philadelphia. And it's in Philadelphia, part of the road trip. But I'm not too worried about Philadelphia either. You know what I mean? And so there's not going to be a whole lot of teams that we face coming up without Booker or Beal to be worried about. And so I'm very pleased with how this worked out. This last game, the team looked about how I think the team would look, as far as Durant out here leading with 26, but you get a good role player like Gordon to drop 21. You get Grayson Allen to do his thing, good one to do his thing as well. Watanabe coming off the bench, Eubanks, all of them putting together a good effort. Nobody was a negative. Everybody was a positive. And I believe that's what we're going to see the majority of this season.
So before we get too deep into this game, guys, hit that like button for us and tell us what you think in the comments. Do you think that the Lakers got lucky that Grayson Allen and Eric Gordon weren't hitting the way that they were versus the Jazz? And guys, this video is sponsored by BetUS, Suns Valley Podcast's sportsbook this entire season.
Yes, sir. And BetUS is a leading online betting platform, and it offers a wide range of sports betting and casino games. So you don't just have to bet on basketball games. You can go there, play some blackjack, some Texas Hold'em, all that good stuff.
And this is a very professional, secure company. You don't have anything to worry about. If anything were to go even close to wrong, you can always count on their amazing customer service to get you through.
So do us a favor, click on the link in the description box below. There's a link there for BetUS. And when you sign up, you will get a 125% bonus. And as I mentioned before, you don't have to just bet on basketball. You can bet on football, baseball. I'm pretty sure there's some good baseball bets for all of you Diamondbacks fans. So go there and check those out. There are a variety of betting options, pre-game, live betting, parlays, all that good stuff. I know that Gabe has really been hitting the parlays lately. How's that going for you?
Let's not talk about that. That's user error, though. That's my bad, not BetUS's.
Right. Not only we have our promotion going on, but there are tons of promotions on the website, welcome bonuses and loyalty rewards for people coming back. So if you've already clicked on the link before and you're thinking, hey, I can't do that, don't worry. There are plenty of more bonuses for you guys to take advantage of.
Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. So man, be honest with me, were you surprised by Eric Gordon's flame-throwing performance in the first half? Because I feel like I've been a little higher on him than you as I try to take credit for his success.
I don't know if you've been higher on him per se. I think we've been about the same, but was I surprised after his last 2 performances? I'm going to be honest, I was getting a little concerned. Against the Warriors, he didn't look solid. He definitely didn't look good against the Lakers. He had a lot of turnovers, wasn't hitting shots, but then, we get this first home game against the Jazz and he shows up with a 9 of 14 for 21 points in the first half game, first half alone.
That's the good to best version of Eric Gordon, and we hadn't really gotten that. I mean, he really was going through a shooting slump going all the way back to the preseason. A lot of 0 for 5 games, 0 for 8, 1 for 8, stuff like that. But I'm telling you, man, when him and Grayson Allen are shooting threes, it's like the great equalizer. You don't have Booker, you don't have Beal, that's gonna hurt you a lot less when those threes start adding up. And that's why I think that the Suns have a unique situation in which even when our best players are out, they're able to make up the difference with threes.
That's for sure, and not just Gordon and Allen, but Yuta Watanabe and Goodwin as well are competent shooters coming off the bench. And so right now with Booker and Beal gone, I'm comfortable. I hope to get them back soon, but after this Jazz game, and like I said, I know we're sort of the prisoner of the moment because the first 2 games weren't going so well for the bench. But after this Jazz game, I'm way more confident, and we're seeing the team that we were supposed to see. All we heard this offseason was the Suns are deep. The Suns really did it when they weren't supposed to. They managed to get themselves a bench and a lot of good role players. And the first 2 games, it was getting kind of sketchy, but this one game against the Jazz, and I know it's the Jazz, but still, good teams show up in this way, even if it is bad teams. And so I just have way more confidence moving forward.
Yeah, man, it would have been so nice to beat the Lakers because of the rivalry. We've had their number, but by the end of like our first 15 games, I think we're going to have a really stellar looking record, and people are going to fear the Phoenix Suns more than they have before because they'll know that we did it without Book and Beal, and that those guys, like Dion said, are coming.
For sure. I'm just looking at the schedule real quick. We have San Antonio, Philadelphia, Detroit, and Chicago before the first mid-season tournament group game against the Lakers on November 10th. And so that's 5 games that I see as all winnable, even with this lineup. Yes, San Antonio has Wemby, and there's a lot of hype there, but I mean, it's just Wemby. There are other players on the team, so I think we can really handle them there. Philly's a little bit concerning with Joel Embiid, but still, I think we'll be fine there. Definitely not afraid of Detroit, and I'm definitely not afraid of Chicago. I think at least for the next 5 games, we're good until this playing game. I believe and I hope that's what the aim is for Booker and Beal, is that November 10th, first midseason tournament group game. I think that's when we're going to see both of them, all 3 of the big 3 on the court.
You sold me. That's what I want now. Go ahead and rest the boys until that in-season tournament game, and let's wipe the Lakers off of the court. It is a revenge game. Tell us what you guys think. Thank you guys for hanging out, and we will see you guys soon.